Alright, before the video starts, I'd just like to say, if you can, subscribe to Lee17. He's got a really good career going for him. And if you like his vegan teacher videos he does on TikTok, then you'll love his YouTube channel. Because he's very talented. He's a puppeteer, a comedian, and a singer. So check his channel out, guys. He's excellent. Thank you.
Zodiac 85X presents Team XC.
This is for you, Hunger for More. When you dressed up like me for Halloween and held some bacon, I was clear. I told you that dressing up like me was not the problem, but holding the bacon was extremely disrespectful and really hurtful.
I think finally you're starting to understand when you offend other people for making fun of their religion, or even when comparing the LGBTQ with eating animals. I think now you're finally getting a taste of your own medicine, of how you treated others. Now when they make a joke, you're not liking it, are you? I think that's all I'm trying to explain, is treat others the way you want to be treated. You can't just be one-sided. If you're going to offend others, then don't be mad when they offend you. Also, another thing comes to mind. If you're going to talk about your food to others, then don't get mad when they start talking about their food to you.
Here's an interesting comment. First, they're telling me that I should stop forcing people to be vegan. I don't know how you could force anyone to be vegan. I wish I could force people to be vegan, because I would force everyone to be vegan.
Okay, you just admitted it. You would force people to go vegan if you could. So you believe in taking away people's freedom and their rights for your perspective of how you feel on something. Not based on how everyone else feels. Because it's the small percent that don't want us eating animals. The majority really don't care, because the majority of the world consumes animal products. But you're basically saying, if you could force people to go vegan, you would. And so you're looking at a forceful society. So basically, what you want is power and control, which is what PETA wants too. And if you guys cared so much about the animals, then why is PETA euthanizing healthy animals? As listed on the PETA Kills Animals website and other websites that can back those sources up. Why? And also, why are you guys only fighting for something that makes profit? Why are you guys only fighting for stuff that you can make money on? Why aren't you fighting for other things like the ants or the flies? You know, the use of pestilence on ant hills. Why aren't you guys fighting against that stuff? Or like fly swatters being used on flies. I don't see you guys fighting for them. It only seems like you guys are fighting for stuff that you can make money on. Like the food industry. Or the clothing industry. It only seems like you guys fight against stuff you can make money on.
But they're telling me to stop forcing people. And then in the same comment, they're telling me I can't force people? So, first you're telling me that I should stop doing it, and then you're telling me that it's impossible. So am I doing the impossible? Should I stop doing the impossible?
They? You mean that one person, because that's a comment you were replying to when you said they. But now when people do talk about forcing, they're not talking about physically forcing. They're talking about you trying to force your ideals onto others. And we don't go around saying, vegans, you have to eat meat. So when a lot of vegans say that we're the ones being forceful, no, we're not going around trying to change the world. We're trying to stop people from forcing their ideals onto others. Even if you said, well, you could just scroll, it ain't that easy. Because there are still a lot of people that are going to get offended over your content. And the people that you already offended want to make sure that you're not spreading misinformation to others.
See, am I forcing? Am I not forcing? Can I force? Can't I force? Is it possible? Is it not possible? I really want to know, because I'm really confused at this point. Also, personal side note, can you name one single person who I have forced to be vegan? I'll be waiting.
Okay, now you're just being rude to people. You knew exactly what that person meant. And as far as who have you forced? Well, I don't know. Do you own any pets? Because if you do, then you forced your pets. And if you are really an animal rights activist, then why are you pushing people away? Why are you making fun of people? And why aren't you working hard to bring people in as a vegan? Because what an animal rights activist is supposed to do is spread awareness. And what you're doing is trolling.
Joe, life is more than skin deep. Yeah, you look good, but you know what? Anybody can look good. Just requires a little dedication and a gym. Tons of vegans are in the Olympics. Watch the Game Changers. You can become vegan. Stop promoting pork and ham. Those are baby pigs.
Okay. Now I'm not going to be hateful or anything because that's not my style. I'm just going to tell you that you did attack Joe Bartolozzi. And you should really take a look at him. And look at his build. He eats right. He knows what he's doing. You do a lot of walking and you ride your bike a lot. You get plenty of exercise. If your way was the way to go, then where's your muscle mass at? For as much as you do, you should have a gain in that. Where is it? I'm just saying, look at him and then look at you. There's a big difference. If you were truly eating the right foods, then all that exercising that you get done should show. I'm just saying. And also, the reason why younger pigs are used for meat rather than older pigs is because older pigs don't taste as good and they're not worth as much on the market. And the only reason why vegan bodybuilders can get as big as they can is because they're taking protein mixes. Without the protein mixes, they wouldn't be as big.
For those of you in the back row who are not paying attention, listen up. Let's remember the lesson. There's no excuse for animal abuse. Religion is not an excuse. If your religion tells you to hurt animals, you need to find a new religion.
So you're basically implying that if someone eats animals, they need to change their religion. No. You see, with or without religion, people are still going to consume animals. So you're basically asking them to change their religion for nothing. And also, you have no right to tell people to change their religion. Their religion is their choice and their lifestyle, not yours. You have your own lifestyle, veganism. And you have no right to tell the world that veganism is the only way to go. Because if it was, then why is the mass majority not vegan? What people want in life is freedom. They want the ability to choose and make their own decisions. They don't need someone like you telling them what they must do. That isn't their lifestyle. If they become vegan, so be it. But it's their choice.
Isn't it quite funny how you non-vegans are constantly talking about how intelligent humans are? Using that as an excuse to not respect non-human animals? And yet at the same time, you have no idea what I'm trying to do. You sure are intelligent, aren't you? I bet you couldn't even figure it out if you got $1 million, could you?
Basically, Deep Vegan's trying to explain that just because we're smarter doesn't make it right. But every other animal out there, if you look at them, it's always the smarter animal that outbeats the other. And that's basically how it works. The smarter animal is the better hunter. That's always how it works. And it's pretty much the same with us. We have to be smart when we go hunting. You know, like people that get their hunting license and they basically go out and they'll shoot a deer or whatever. They have to basically use deer scents and everything. They have to use attractant. They have to get close enough to where they can sense where the bedding might be. And basically what they'll do is they'll put attractants, which will attract the deer. And then they gotta camouflage themselves, cover up the human scent, everything. Like, there's so much that has to be done. And it's really difficult because in order to outbeat the other species, you have to be the better hunter. So most likely, most animals use this tactic. The smarter animal wins, is the more dominant, basically. Because obviously the animals hunting down the other animal, they have to be intelligent or they won't be able to hunt their prey. And that's basically how it works with any species. So for us, that's what it basically means, is we're allowed to use our intelligence at our defense. As far as respecting other animals go, why would we respect our food? Because obviously that's what they're going to get turned into, is food. I mean, do you respect the carrots on your plate? I mean, I could throw the same Uno reverse card right back at you, buddy. Now, I'm not going to try to justify and say that all people use good practices, because then that would be a lie. There are some places that do use bad practices, but they were shut down. So you don't have to worry about those places. There might be others out there, but for the most part, the places that have been delivering us meat have been doing so for a long time. I mean, maybe some things could be prepared more humanely, but all in all, meat is still meat. And one more thing. You kind of belittled that person when you told them that you bet they couldn't figure out if they got $1 million. This whole discussion was comparing our knowledge to the animals, that yes, we are smarter than animals, but as soon as you go bagging on someone else's intelligence, now you're just belittling that person.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.